Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Town Council regular meeting, Wednesday, January 21st at 7 p.m. in the Green Room. Can we begin with the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. My name is Carrie Allen, and I am filling in for our esteemed chair, Hank Teskey, who has gone to warmer climes. We'll begin with visitors. Are there any visitors who'd like to speak? All right, hearing none. The approval of minutes. Is there a motion for the approval of January 7th?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Item number 4, appointments and reappointments. And first, we have Stephanie D. Costanza.
You nailed it.
Thank you. Who is here for Economic Development Commission. She wishes to serve as an alternate for a term until June the 30th, 2029. Stephanie, would you like to tell us why you would like to serve?
Yes, so I'm here tonight, like you just said, I've applied for the alternate member role on the EDC. My family and I moved here 3 years ago. My husband is a commercial fisherman. He has a commercial fishing business. We have 2 young little boys, and in the last year, I have also been working towards launching my own business in town, which is slated to go live this spring. Going through that process has really given me a firsthand understanding of what it's like to navigate permit planning and coordination with the town as a small business owner. Before stepping away from corporate nearly a year ago, I spent about 15 years in leadership roles, primarily focusing on social media marketing and project management. More recently, I've been helping informally with a member of the EDC who recently resigned. We were just starting to dig into some ideas around increasing awareness of the town, getting more people engaged, and doing a better job of sharing Clinton's successes and accomplishments through social channels. Between my professional background and where I am now as navigating my way through a new business as a new business owner, I felt as though this was kind of a natural next step for me. I do think there's a lot of potential in Clinton, and I'd like the opportunity to continue to be involved and contribute where I can as an alternate member.
Thank you. Any questions for Stephanie? No? Is there a motion to appoint Stephanie?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And at your convenience, if you would get sworn in before their next meeting?
Yes.
Thank you very much for serving. Appreciate it. The second appointment is Liam Whittle, who wishes to be appointed to the Fish and Game as a Fish and Game Constable for a term until June 30th, 2027. Hey, Liam, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Great. Would you like to tell us about your interest?
Yes, so I am currently majoring in environmental science with plans on, in the near future, becoming an NCON officer myself. I hope to have this position so that way I can further my experience, but also further everybody's enjoyment of the outdoors and making sure they're doing it safely within the legal limits.
Anyone have any questions for Liam?
Where are you going to school?
Right now I'm going to Connecticut State Community College, but after that I'm planning on going to either UConn or CCSU.
Very good.
Excellent. Anyone else? Is there a motion to appoint Liam?
So moved. Second.
All right, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Liam, you are appointed. Congratulations. And you as well, if you'd go to the town clerk and get appointed.
And then, Liam, my office will be in touch with you because there is some state-required training that will facilitate to get you involved with and all signed up. So we're going to look into that, and we will be in touch with you, okay?
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you both very much, and you're more than welcome to leave if you wish. It wouldn't be rude. Okay, item number 5, financial report. Bob is here.
Good evening. I don't think I've ever gotten to this desk any quicker, so I'll slow it down, okay? All right, you have The financial report dated January 21st, 2026. The usual revenue report, tax collections still remain steady after December collections. We collected a few supplemental motor vehicle taxes. January is the biggest time that we collect those taxes. So in January, I expect a bigger boost in taxes. 6 months into the fiscal year, it appears revenues are on budget. There's going to be some items under budget, some items over budget, but overall we'll be on budget, particularly interest income. As we look at the interest statement, you'll see interest rates continue to decline. So I would expect that to be under budget between $150,000 to $200,000. However, building permits are over budget already, halfway into the fiscal year. I expect that line item to be over $200,000, so that's going to make that even. One other point of interest is the school business officer informed me that special ed expenditures are down. Remember, during the last budget process, they expected a lot more special ed expenditures. However, this year, it didn't turn out. There are less students. Some students, I think, went to other districts. Therefore, we did budget $800,000 in special ed revenues coming in from the state to reimburse us. However, so let's say we receive $400,000. The Board of Ed budget's going to not spend as much in special ed. I expect a Board of Ed surplus on that budget, and I would expect to recoup that amount at fiscal year end. So if there's any request for transfer to the Board of Ed non-lapsing, they should at least leave the amount, the shortfall of the special ed revenue. So I did speak to the business manager about that. So revenues will be okay. Expenditure budget, 6 months, no major potential problems. There will be some transfers required, namely legal and, believe it or not, hydrants. The water company applied in October a surcharge of 7.5%. So that's going to knock the account over by $35,000. But we'll have surpluses in other accounts to cover both legal and hydrants. Legal, I'm going to do what I did last year. I'm going to provide you with a detail broken down by category of what's in the legal account. And I'll present that when we request the transfer. It should be the next night meeting. If you look at the investments, stiff rate, which is our major investment, went from 4.1 to 3.86, and currently it's 3.72. I've been told that interest rates are going to level out. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I've told you the interest income account will be covered by other revenue accounts, so we'll be okay on that. General fund balance. Now it reflects an audited 6/30/2025 balance. And when you look at the financial statements, you'll see that the audited balance is quite close to what we've been estimating all year long. I think it's about $30,000 difference. So that's good. So the unassigned fund balance is $15.1 million at the beginning of the year, which is 23% of the budget amount. And we estimate at the end of this fiscal year that it's going to be $15.2 million, which is still 23% of the budget, and that will leave room for any capital CIP transfer if you so desire. Contingency account is just waiting there. We know we'll have some overages, obviously, in winter maintenance. And so that's what the contingency account is there for. Winter maintenance is like a 5-year average in the budget, and some years, obviously, it's going to be over average. Board of Ed non-lapsing has not been touched, and we have the audited 24-25 financial statements. I do have those financial statements, by the way, are on the Finance Department website. There's actually 10 years worth of financial statements, which is kind of interesting because there are, within the financial statements, there are budget statements showing you budget, original budget, amended budget, expenditures. So you can go back 10 years and compare if you wanted to. I've done that for a few departments. So, I've done it for the police so far, and we can do it for public works or whatever. So if you do want a hard copy of the financial statements, I have them here tonight. I'll leave them on the table in the back. There are 161 pages. With it comes, and I've handed it out to you, the auditor's required letter to those charged with governance, which is the town council, and basically it just affirms their responsibility and other items relating to the audit. I did hand out, I do like to do an excerpt relating to the financial statements. Like I said, the financial statements are 161 pages long. I've chosen 20 pages that probably are the most interesting. I'm prepared to go over them now, or if you prefer, we could wait till the next NIA meeting when the chair is here. It's really up to the town council. I don't mind going over them now, or we can go over them when the chair's here.
It'd be great with the.
I think we should have full council.
Yeah, that'd be great, thanks, Bob. Yeah.
You
We'll
want,
wait.
you want me to wait? Yeah. So that is it. I will, if anybody wants a hard copy for the town council, for the public, it's on the town website underneath the finance department. I'll leave them over here in the back. Thank you.
Very much.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, item number 6 is the town manager's report.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so a couple of things. On Tuesday morning, we will be hosting a small business breakfast and financing seminar. This is the second in a series. The last one we had, I believe, was June. It's going to be held in this room from 8 to 10. It's hosted by the town and the EDC. We have quite an extensive lineup of panelists. We have individuals from the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development, Community Investment Corp., Liberty Bank, Women Business and Development Council, and Director of Business Development for the Connecticut Economic Development Fund. So it's a free event. It's intended to support our local small businesses. People can contact the town manager office to RSVP if they would like to attend. We have over 30 people right now signed up, so it's going to be a nice turnout. We're excited about that. We have a beach erosion update. I'm sure you saw some postings on social media. Back in 2023, the town contracted with RACE to conduct a preliminary assessment of the eroding shoreline, develop conceptual alternatives to address the erosion, and prepare opinions of probable cost. Building on that work, the town again engaged RACE in 2025 to further analyze the sediment movement and develop a more advanced long-term alternatives for managing the beach. Once the preferred sediment management approach is selected, RACE will advance detailed designs and prepare for state and federal permits for future implementation. While the funding for the construction hasn't been secured yet, interim sandbags have been installed in priority areas to help minimize the ongoing erosion as a long-term solution until the long-term solution is evaluated. So if anyone asks you what those large sandbags, that's what that's for. We also have an update on Clinton Harbor that I wanted to make the community aware that there's activity currently taking place in the Clinton Harbor over the next several weeks to ensure accurate information is shared. Residents and visitors may observe large tugboats, barges, and a crane operating the Clinton Harbor now through the end of January. These vessels are owned and operated by Parrott Marine LLC of New Haven, which has been contracted by Old Harbor Marina to complete a permitted dredging operation at the marina located at the end of Waterside Lane. While the town continues to work towards scheduling a future dredging project at the Inner Harbor Federal Channel with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, this private dredging activity is separate and unrelated to the federal channel dredging efforts. Should there be any questions, you can reach out to my office and I can get you some answers if you have a specific question. I also wanted to mention that I apologize, I did not mention that we do have a part-time clerk position open in Parks and Rec, which we are currently working on filling. And I also wanted to mention that on Monday, we have scheduled our annual town meeting per the charter with the departments. You received an email, you might not have received it yet, but I received an email, I sent an email earlier this evening with summaries of all the departments that will be here that evening. The goal is to have you review that and then come that evening with questions. There's over 20 departments, so unfortunately, for respective time, it wouldn't be feasible to have every department do a presentation and answer questions. So with that being said, we are also anticipating a significant snow event for Monday. So I will make a decision by Friday if we are going to need to cancel that meeting, because we do need to do proper posting. If it is canceled due to the weather, we would reschedule it for Thursday at 6, because per the charter, it has to be held by the end of the month. So that is my report. Any questions or?
Is the EDC position going to be posted?
Well, I have Dale right now in the interim, is scheduled till the end of June, and right now I'm reevaluating the position a little bit.
Any other questions? No? All right, thank you, Michelle. Item number 7, the chairman's report. I do not have a chairman's report. Item number 8, council discussion. Anyone? Nobody? All right. Item number 9, town council committee liaison reports. Sure, Jerry.
The DPW met last night. Unfortunately, due to a personal matter, I could not attend, but Todd was nice enough to email me his director's report. One thing that stands out, and Michelle, you just alluded to this, that a significant snow event is scheduled. They're currently 3,200 over their budget in snow removal, so I anticipate that number is just going to go higher.
Yes.
Because we probably have another.
Seems to be the weekends and snows. I'm texting Tom, like, whether it's an inch, a foot, they're out.
And all their
preparing
other
roads.
projects seem to be on schedule. The truck that we approved has been ordered, and that's it for DPW.
Thank you. Dennis?
With the police commission, their budget right now for this particular year is right where it should be, 50/50. They don't seem to have any problems. Again, whatever little ones that they have overage in, they have savings in other accounts, and they think they'll balance out even. They did talk a little bit about their 26, 27 requests. They think about, they're gonna put in approximately 69,000 or so for more cameras, the cameras on their body cameras, because the other ones, as I said before, past due. I think they're 5 or 6 years old. We also figured that they want to upgrade a little bit of the flock cameras. Those are those cameras that take pictures of the license plates of most of the cars coming in. I will tell you, maybe I shouldn't tell them because the bad guys are probably listening in, but they're making a lot of arrests off those flock cameras, a lot of preventive. Just to give you a slight hint, is that come down 81, and if you happen to be, let's say, a shoplifter or something, and that reads across the plates, that triggers our police department, and when you come in,
They're waiting.
you're watching. And it was very successful, I believe, last month, when an individual came down, tried to be tricky and parked his car in the library, and then walked through the woods to go to the mall to do his deeds. But when he came out, the police were waiting for him right there at the library, and an arrest was made. So the flock cameras have been successful in many other ways also. So,
Missing persons and stuff.
yes, missing persons
Missing
and things of
persons
that
and
nature, so it's been a great assets, so I think they want to increase it a little bit, and that's going to be about a $16,000 investment. And then, of course, the biggest thing I think that we'll talk about is that they're looking to put in for another officer for the SOR position. I believe it's at the middle school, Elliott. And so slightly, right now, they anticipate a little bit over $100,000 increase from last year's budget, all well and said. So that sort of wraps that up. And one more thing of notice is they are going to look out for some type of grants because the motors on the boat need to be replaced. And rather than just put it right into the capital and put a stress on our capital, they're looking to see if there's any type of grants, either from the feds or the state, that could help them out with that situation. So those are the things that they're looking forward to in the future. On my second committee, today we had our first meeting with the school board building committee for the window walls at the Elliott School. And really, we just met each other around the table. And I guess the business manager from the Board of Education going to work with their lawyer and set out an RFP for architectural services. They had one out, but they're going to redo it because I guess you have to have 3 recipients when you only had 1. And under all these new regulations that just came down from the state, you should have 3. And we want to do everything by the book so we don't have any problems later on. It'll be under the same, the project itself will be under the same guidelines as usual from the state. We will get, I believe it's 80% reimbursement. So we have to follow to the T so that we get everything done. We had a meeting planned for next week, but that has been canceled, waiting for this RFP to be redrawn up. So we probably won't have another meeting until middle of March. They really don't expect to get going with construction until the summer of 2027. They don't think they can make it this year with all what we have to do. So realistically, they're hoping that we'll have everything in order and we'll be able to go when school closes in 2027. So it won't be an interruption in the school system. So that's where we are with that.
Dennis, do you know when we're going to hear about the red light cameras again, or should I ask you?
The what cameras?
The red light cameras, is that coming up on the agenda
The
again?
traffic enforcement?
Right.
So-
Or is it going right to a public hearing?
Nope, so you all received an email with the draft of the ordinance.
I saw that.
So I'm asking everyone to get back to me by Friday on any questions and if they would like the town attorney to come to the February 4th meeting. It's going to be on the February 4th meeting for discussion and possible action to move it to a public hearing.
Got it. February 4th, thank you. Anyone else? Liaison?
I had the police pension meeting this morning. I can hand this out from Fiducian. There's one active person that's still in the police pension plan, which is the chief. There's obviously there's still retirees. The other actives were moved over to the state plan. And the balance is about 15 million in the pension plan, and which is about 70% funded, and performance is right at, they're not trying to really outperform the benchmark all that much, but they're a little bit better than the benchmark. So I'll hand this around and you can look it over. And for Park and Rec, I did not make the meeting last night. It's at a basketball game, but I did talk to a couple of guys. Basketball, Park and Rec basketball is up and running. For regular Park and Rec is Saturday mornings. Travel basketball is on Sundays. both are going along successfully. And I'll get another update from them before our next meeting. So.
In Planning and Zoning, they voted to disband the Plan of Conservation and Development Subcommittee because it is sitting with the state for review. And all of those members have been folded into the Regulations Committee, which is going to work on the implementation of the POCD once it is approved by the state.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Then we are on item number 10, and that is to adjourn. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second? Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you very much, everybody.